Let's take a look at this problem. We got f of x is equal to 2 over x to the third, and we want to find f of 3. Well, evaluating a function, we go back to our original function. Everywhere we have an x, we'll put in parentheses. Everything else remains exactly the same. 2 on top, third power, and a fraction. Now whatever's inside the parentheses here is automatically we'll put in here, so put 3 in there. And 3 to the third power is 27. So that'd be our answer. Now our second one, f of -1. Again, we'll go back to our original function. Everywhere we have an x, we'll put in parentheses. So we've got 2 over parentheses to the third power. Whatever's inside the parentheses here is automatically what goes here, so put in -1. Now -1 to the third power. -1 times -1 is a positive 1, times another -1 is -1. And 2 over -1 gives us -2. F of 3/2. We'll go back to original function, and everywhere we have an x, we'll put in parentheses. Whatever's inside the parentheses right here is automatically what to put in here. So we'll put 3/2 in here. Now when you're raising a fraction to a power, you take the top of that power and the bottom of the power. So we're going to have 2 over 3 to the third, which is 27, over 2 to the third, which is 8. Now this means 2 divided by the 27 over 8. And we never actually divide, we immediately rewrite as multiplication. So this will be 2 times 8 over 27. Remember, we flip the second fraction, take a reciprocal of it, and rewrite this as multiplication. And that's like 2 over 1 times 8 over 27. And 2 times 8 would give us 16. So we got 16 over 27. Let's double checking that. Okay. Now our next one is f of 4x. And evaluating is always the same. We go through and replace our variable with parentheses. So we got 2 over parentheses to the third. Now whatever's inside this parentheses is automatically what goes in here. So I'll put a 4x in there. So we got 2 over. Now if you got multiple items inside of a parentheses separated by multiplication or division, and you're raising parentheses to a power, you can take everything inside of that power. So we can take the 4 to the third power, and we can take the x to the third power. So we're going to have 4 to the third power, and we'll have x to the third power. Now 4 to the third. 4 times 4 is 16, times another 4 is 64. And x to the third power is just x cubed. Now 2 and 64 are both divisible by 2. 2 divided by 2 is 1. 64 divided by 2 is 32. So this becomes 1 over 32 x to the third. And that's our answer. Okay. Next one is 4 times f of x. This is, again, not really evaluating a function. All we're doing is replacing the f of x with whatever we say f of x is equal to. So we're going to have 4 times 2 over x to the third. And then this is like 4 over 1, so 4 times 2 would give us 8 over x to the third. And next one is f of -x. Evaluating is always the same. You go through and replace your x with sets of parentheses. So I got 2 over parentheses to the third power. Now whatever's inside the parentheses right here is automatically what we're going to put in here. So put in -x. Now -x to the third power. -x times a -x is a positive x squared times another negative x gives us a negative x to the third. So that'd be your answer. Okay, our next one is f of x minus 4. Now again, we're going to go back to our original function and we'll replace our variable with parentheses. So we got 2 over parentheses to the third power. Now whatever's inside the parentheses here is automatically we're going to put in here. So I'll put in x minus 4. Now we cannot take the x to the third power and the negative 4 to the third power. The reason why is because of the minus in here. If you have addition or subtraction, you cannot do that. So the only thing we can do for simplifying techniques is when we got x minus 4 to the third power, we rewrite this as x minus 4 times x minus 4 times x minus 4. So then, and I never haven't even looked at the answers, so I don't know if they actually go through this effort or they just leave it this way. But I'm going to multiply the last two terms, or last two parentheses together, sorry. So this is FOILing. X times x is x squared. X times negative 4 is negative 4x. Negative 4 times x is negative 4x. Negative 4 times negative 4 is a positive 16. So we get 2 over x minus 4 times x squared. Negative 4x is negative 8x plus 16. Now let me show this over on the side. Might be a little bit easier to see. Multiplying these two together. So we'll take our first term here, this x, and multiply it times each term over here. Then we're going to take our second term, the negative 4, and multiply it times each term in the other set of parentheses. So we're going to have x times x squared. We'll have x times negative 8x. And we'll have x times 16. And we'll have negative 4 times x squared. Negative 4 times negative 8x. And negative 4 times 16. So I'm just following the lines to see what to multiply everything together. Now x times x squared is x to the third. X times negative 8x is negative 8x squared. X times 16 is 16x. Negative 4 times x squared is negative 4x squared. Negative 4 times negative 8x is a positive 32x. Negative 4 times 16 is negative 64. Combine like terms. Here's an x squared, here's an x squared. That gives us negative 12x squared. Here's the x, here's an x. 16x plus 32x is 48x. And then I'll bring down the minus 64. So this becomes 2 over x to the third minus 12x squared plus 48x minus 64. Now I'm just curious if they do take it down to that point, so let me go check. 16. Now they do break it down to that point. Minus 12x squared plus 48x minus 64. Okay. Now we got f of x is equal to 2 over x to the third. And we got f of x minus 4. This is, again, not really evaluating, as it is plugging in the value of a function. So we're going to take our f of x, which is 2 over x to the third, and replace the f of x with that, and we bring down to minus 4. Now I'm going to use the mixed number rule here to simplify this. So I'm going to take the -4 times x to the third, and I'll add the 2, and then our x to the third remains as is. Again, you take the number to the side, you multiply it times your denominator, you add your numerator, and your denominator stays as is. So then, we got -4x to the third plus 2 over x to the third. And that's our answer. And then our last one, we got f of x squared. And again, this is just evaluating a function, so we're going to go through our original function and replace the x with parentheses. Everything else remains as is. Now, whatever's inside this parentheses gets put in here, so we'll put x squared in there. And remember, when you're raising one exponent to another exponent, you multiply the exponents together. So x squared to the third power, 2 times 3, we're going to get x to the 6. And that would be our answer.